Well, the news here is that Jamaica, Guyana has in fact won the toss and will bat, and are batting rather. So they've gotten off to a good start, 9 without loss, as Noyan moves in, bowls, ball pitched up, Kubir driving up to mid on, and there is no run. So they've gotten off to a good start, Ali.
Yeah, the first over, it's not one of the best. Couple of extras and boundary,
Mm.
and that has given them that good start they got.
Noyan to Kubir, who is flashing at that outside the off stump, doesn't make contact. Keeper collects behind the stumps. Oh, you noticed what was a very brilliant morning just seemed to be slowly turning to a cloudy afternoon. As it's going to be once more Noyan who bowls ball to Kubir, and he is looking to. He's bowled him! Oh, looking to turn that on through the onside, and the leg stump pushed back, bail spattered, and so Kabir has gone. He's been bowled by Noyan for four, and Guyana gotten off to a bad start. They're 9 for 1.
Yeah, well, he tried to turn one that was on the stumps, played inside of it, and was beaten. Foolish ball, missed trying to turn it away, and his leg stump was knocked back.
Actually, the middle stump, Ali.
Oh, the middle stump.
Oh, the middle stump went.
So he was really playing across the line of a good delivery, and he paid the penalty.
Yes, that's why it's important to play as straight as possible, especially early in your innings. Play straight in the V. That's what the old time coach would tell us. And when your eyes are opened up a bit, that's when you can nodle the ball and play square, as the case may be. So Adrian Hitman has just come out to join Boudoir, and Kabir just comprehensively beaten and bowled by Noyan for four, trying to play across the line. So Guyana having a setback there. It's over number two. The cloud has just become a little heavier out there in the east, as Noyan would move in and bowls, and the Hitma is right in behind that one, bat and pat close together, head right over the top of the ball, pushes it out to the offside, the bowler picking it up, and his follow through would go back. So success story already for Noyan, having the prize wicket of Kabir for four, goes back. He's got a slip and a third man, backward point, cover mid off, in now, pulls the Hitman, gets one down the leg side wide, confirmed by the umpire, drifting down the leg side. And the total has gone by one, now into double figures. Extras have now gone on to three, and the total 10 for 1. Just to complete the field on the onside, mid wicket. And there's a backward square, and the fine leg is inside the circle. Turns once more. Noyan, from the top of his mark, begins to move in to bowl to Hetma, who is off the back foot. Just seemed to get himself in a bit of a tangle. I was making room a little bit outside the leg stump, and maybe the bowler saw the movement and followed him, and was a little bit cramped. Got the ball out to short mid wicket. Total remains on 10 for 1, as he is moving in again. Is Noyan in, bowls to Hetma outside the off stump of the back foot. I think he missed out there. You could see him chiding himself. Just hit the ball down to backward point, and the ball is there, picked up by Littleton, as the over comes to an end. So 2 overs gone, and again having a setback there, 10 for 1.
Good over, one in which they got the wicket. A couple of short deliveries that he tried to pierce the field, but the Jamaicans have the field tightly set in. Everybody is inside that circle, and so you'll have to really pace the field to get through. There is no one deep on the outside that circle for the bowler out from the southern end.
So, B. Silvera moving in, bowls outside the off stump. Good carry to the keeper, let alone by Boudoir, and there is no run. So Silvera into his second over, first over costing 8, left arm and bowling over the wicket. And so it's always exciting when you've got a left arm paceman. He's got a longish approach. He's in now and bowls. So this delivery is beaten outside the off stump by an absolute beauty. That one just seemed to hold its own, didn't slant across the right-hander's body. And the keeper collecting behind the stumps. Nelson, total remains on 10 for 1. Well, I like this, Ali, the fact that he's got a nice longish approach. Doesn't look too lengthy for him. He seems comfortable with it. Now, if he were fading as he approached the wicket, then I'll be concerned. But his approach to the wicket looks steady. As areas once more, Silvera moves in to bowl to Boudoir, who is there's an appeal for like before. I would think. Let's see what umpire would signal here. He didn't signal anything, so he got a single. So one more to the total, which has now gone on to 11. And the 11 for 1, all the ones. Hitman now comes into strike, takes what appears here to be leg stump guard.
Yeah, you can see the two stumps.
Right. Silvera in now, both to Hetmeyer, and to this delivery he is looking to open the face of the bat, does that, gets it down to squarish third man. They're going to come back for the second, a bubble in the field, and they get 2. That's the importance too of keeping your eyes on the ball. That is, if you're running as a batsman and also as a fielder, because if you take your eyes off the ball, then you can just bubble it there in the outfield. And if the batsmen are not paying attention, then they too can miss out. Silvera in now to bowl to Hitmar, who is getting one down the leg side, goes inside it, wide, confirmed by the umpire. Extras have now gone on to 4, and the total is pushed on now to 14 for 1. Guilty of spraying the ball outside the leg stump.
And he has that ability to bowl on the stumps. Again, it's just a level of consistency. Didn't really get it right there.
Silvera again to bowl to Hitmar, who is getting a delivery right up in the block hole. I thought he handled it well. There's no swing with that one. Just seemed to go straight on. Pushed it out to mid-wicket.
I noticed that he has not been getting that among the swing that he got in the previous game.
That's true. Yeah. One day you get it right, and the other day you just don't get it right. You don't have all the conditions that will be conducive for it. And if you yourself don't get the dynamics right, then you'll be a bit off. Silvera now bowls to Hitmar way down the leg side. Ball going even further away, confirmed the wide. One more to extras, which has now gone on to 15, and the total has moved on to 5. That's corrected. The extras are 5, 15 for 1.
Well, the Gunsmen are giving a clue. They have been there for a while, but it's still sunshine on the ground.
Yes, down to the western area, that looks clean enough. Semi-clouded, if you want to put it that way. As Silvera is in, bowls to Hetmar, who is leaving that alone outside the off stump. As the keeper in Nelson collects, that completes the over. So 3 overs gone. The run rate is exactly 5. Hetmar is 2. Boudoir will be taking strike on 4. Guyana 15 for 1.
Well, not the best of overs, but not many runs being scored. So still has that opportunity to redeem himself. Think the hills are beginning to get dark, but they talk about the passing clouds, but it's surely coming along. The groundsmen are already preparing themselves,
You've done a great job, though.
and they have had a lot of work to do over the last couple of days.
So here now is Noyan moving into bowl to Budwa, who is in defense, pushes the ball out on the offside, and there is no run. So just a slip in. Third man shot inside the circle, backward point, also verging on the circle area. There's a short extra cover, conventional mid-off and mid-on, mid-wicket, backward square, and a fine leg inside the circle. Here he is, moving in, is Noyan to bowl to Budwa, who is in defense, pushes the ball out to mid-wicket, and there is no run. The total remains on 15 for 1. Yes, so it's been a steady flow of rain practically every day. We've been getting some rain or parts during the night. Here's a delivery that is down the left side, tugged around, down behind square. This is going to go very close to the boundary. He's going to be pulling it back just inside. They will come back for the second run. The return comes into Nelson, and they get 2. It's a diving attempt there at backward square on the left side, and wasn't able to pull it off. So 2 more to Budwa's now gone to 6, 17 for 1. As once more is Noyan in. Balls down the left side, confirmed wide by the umpire. Just guilty of straying too far down the left side. 1 more to extras, which is now have now pushed on to 6. And it's 18 for 1, the run rate. Early days, yes, but 5.14, so it's healthy enough. As Noyan from the top of his mark. Both bowlers got longish approach. He's there now, and bowls to Budwa, who comes forward, plays the ball. Was looking to push the ball out to extra cover. Ball taking more the inner portion of the bat and dribbling out on the outside to mid-wicket, and there is no run. No change to the field so far by Jamaica. They've basically kept a similar field throughout the innings, as he is once more from the far end, Noyan to bowl to Budwa, who is hitting that behind square. Good knockdown there, and they will in fact get a single, as Hitman was backing up. Good running. So 1 more to the total. Hitman now comes in to strike. He's on 2. It's 19 for 1.
Good feeling by that. Feel that back was square leg there. It was a firmly hit shot, and he threw himself and was able to reduce it to just 1.
Yeah, looks like bins. Here is a delivery that is outside the off stump and looking to cart that through the offside. I think that made some lateral movement into the right-handed batsman. Well, didn't make contact. Nelson cleaned it up behind the stumps. The over comes to an end. 4 overs gone. 19 for 1 Guyana, who won the toss and decided to bat.
Steady start by the Guyanese, not running away with it just yet. I think getting themselves in. The Jamaican bowling just about there, not executing anything special just yet. They have picked up just the 1 wicket, a good wicket, but the Guyanese looking comfortable. The wicket still playing reasonably well. Nothing much in it for the batters, for the bowlers. So the batsman has that opportunity to score runs.
So change of bowling. Littleton comes in now and bowls. Oh, there's an appeal for leg before. He's gone. Leg before. Well. It was a full toss. He was looking to play across the line of the delivery. Struck on the pad. The first delivery there. Bowl by Littleton. And the wicket has fallen. And he could only blame himself for that one. Rather than maybe trying to come inside the line and turn it, he was playing across the line. Oh.
Middle stump.
Yes. Even if you were a novice umpire, you'd give that out. So Budwa goes leg before to Ryan Littleton. He's gone for 7. And the total now, Guyana 19 for 2. And just as the wicket fell, the umpire has called the covers on. Of course, the first piece that would cover the pitch itself is now brought on. And they've been very efficient, I dare say, the members of the ground staff, ensuring on every occasion that they are ready once the rain is impending. And then the big, massive cover rather, that will cover that entire square is pulled on by the rest of the ground staff. So the news is that rain is impending. It's not touching down on the square as yet, but the eastern section of the ground, it has already begun to pour, and it's going to be here in about 49 seconds. Agree, Adi?
Yeah, good timing.
Well, let's hope it doesn't stay all that long because the cricket has already been interrupted several times over the last few days. So, not anything happening except that the ground staff is covering the square, making sure that very all important area is covered. So before that, after 4.1 overs, Guyana 19 for 2, with Kabir bowled by Noyan for 4, and Buru, who was bowled by Littleton for 7, playing across the line. 2 wickets have fallen, and as soon as we get a let up here in the weather, the rain, we'll be back on hand to give you more coverage. So until then, stand by. So welcome back here as play is about to resume. With Guyana before the rain 19 for 2. We'll give you the adjustments. Means that the match has now been reduced to 18 overs. As here is Littleton bowls, comes forward, is Mentor, the new batsman, just at the stroke of the disruption. That's when the batsman Boudoir was bowled by Littleton for 7, 19 for 2. So 18 overs to be bowled, and the cut-off time in the first innings would be 3:37. There'll be a 15 minutes break before the commencement of the second innings. Littleton's in now and bowls, and just opens the face of the bat, glides it down to backward point, and gets a single. So Mentor is off the mark. He's gone to 1, and the total has gone to 20 for 2. Afternoon to Ali DeBellat once more.
Yeah, good afternoon, and we can't stop commenting on the field, the heavy shower that passed, and the amount of water that was on the covers, but the ground is fit for play immediately. The covers are off.
Littleton now bowls. Hitman feeling for that outside the arch stump. One of the guilty things that we've noticed on the part of some of these young players, not using their feet, not getting as close as possible to the ball, pushing their bats, but not getting close for the drive or even for the cut shot. Tends to pull away more than getting back and across and getting over the top of the ball. Littleton again is in and bowls to Hitman, who is again getting one. This one is on the lower side. We did comment that early on that there's that area up there that tends to get a low bounce. We've seen it happening throughout the duration of both matches so far. 20 for 2 Guyana, as Littleton once more from the northern end, the Dabo end, will move into bowl to Hitmeyer, who is getting one up on the middle and leg stump. Go to for a single, no, he sends him back. Now this is not good cricket at all by Mentori, and I say that from the context that Hitmeyer is the one hitting the ball, so he's seeing what's in front of him. The non-striker is looking from behind. He's coming from the danger zone area. So those are little cardinal things we said early on, we said in the past, and still applicable today. Ali, let the person who is facing the ball call, and in that case the striker called, but he was sent back.
And the non-striker actually had his entire back to the striker. He was turned right around and watching, and really couldn't have run. But I think one of the problem with the batsmen in terms of not getting close to the line of the ball is that they put their front foot down before they see where the ball is being pitched, and then doesn't make that additional adjustment. So from that position, if the ball is a little wide off where they planted the front foot, they have to reach to play at the
right.
delivery.
That's correct. So those little very important technical flaws, that's where our coaches come in. They've got to pick those things up, look carefully, see what these young stars are doing, and seek to challenge them to adjust and to do those corrective measures as early as possible in the career. Now, the earlier you can get things right, always the better. Noyan moves into bowl to Mentor, who comes forward. There's an appeal for leg before.
He's out.
Yeah, I know he's out, given out by the umpire.
But he's not bowled. He wasn't caught.
So it must have been leg before. So Ghana, they've lost another wicket. So Mentor's gone. Leg before to Noyan for 1, and it's now 20 for 3.
Yeah. A good wicket to get. We're still trying to see probably what happened. The batsman doesn't really think much of the dismissal. In fact, it took quite a while to start to walk, but he was playing down the line, and he was struck. Not too sure if he think he played the ball, but he was again you can see him just. But a good wicket. I think Jamaica now, three very important wickets. Put the Guyana on the back foot, 20 for three. Not the type of score you would like to have after winning the toss and choosing to bat.
Yeah, as if he was suggesting that he may have got a nick onto that one. We don't have no stichometers around. Ghana 20 for 3. The captain has now come out, Dave Mohabir. And he'll be facing up to Noyan, who has picked up 2 for 6 into his third. From the far end, moves in to bowl to Mohabir, who is off the back foot, opening the face of the bat, glides it behind square on the offside, gets a comfortable single. As the fielder having to run across there to his right. So one more to the total, which has now gone on to 21, and brings Hetmeyer into strike. Field changing over for Hetmeyer, who is right-handed. Noyan again. Today Noyan in and bowls. He comes forward and pushes the ball back along the track. Hetmeyer, that is, but can't beat the outstretched hands of the bowler and his follow through. Total remains on 21 for 3.
3.82. I think a bit of a slow over it, but they have been losing wickets, so that is expected. They will really need a partnership here now.
He's in again to bowl to Hetmeyer off the back foot. Opens the face of the bat. This is good batting. Didn't try to push the ball hard out on the offside because the three fielders wanted extra cover and backward point just on the 30 yards, just on the circle. What he did was just to play it with soft hand. Was able to get the single. So 1-2. Hetmeyer has gone to 3. 22 for 3 brings Mohabir into strike. The delivery that is pitched up to mid-off, and they go through for a single, will in fact come back for the second, as the field at mid-on just overran the ball, must have taken his eyes off the ball. They got 2. 2 more to the total. 2 more to Mohabir, who's gone on to 3. Both batsmen are on 3. It's 24 now for 3. As Noyan goes back from the top of his mark. That heavy cloud is now drifting westward. And once it goes away, I think we're going to see the sun, we're going to see it bathed in sunshine. Delivery that is pushed through down to the mid-wicket area and goes over the boundary line for 4. So, shots like that you would need, Ali, to keep the scoreboard ticking over, which is now 28 for 3.
A welcome boundary, and he played a really beautiful shot, probably just on the pads, and he worked it firmly through the middle wicket region into the boundary. As we said, this could be a crucial partnership for the Guyanese. They score 28 for 3. Surely they will like to have a good partnership here. Hetmeyer looking pretty solid, and they will be expecting him to go on.
Littleton moves in again to bowl to Hetmeyer. No over. Hetmeyer comes forward, pushes the ball back along the track for the bowler, who picks up on his follow through. Then pretended that he was going to shy at the striker's end. All in good sport, I think. Just a third man right back on the boundary. Backward point. Cover, extra cover, the mid-off, mid-on, mid-wicket. Forward square and a long leg. Littleton is in, bowls to Hetmeyer, who is beaten outside the off stump, one that was pitched up. Never really pushed out at it. Just seemed to play from the crease, half-heartedly and tentatively, as if unsure as to whether he should have come onto the front foot or maybe stay onto the back foot. In the end, he was neither here nor there. Ball going into the gloves of Nelson, who was looked rather well behind the stumps too. 28 for 3. Littleton again. In, bowls to Hitman, who is coming forward. They go through for a very quick single. They've got to hurry. And they get it quite comfortably. Played with soft hand again. One more to Hitman, who's now gone on to 4. And Guyana on the 15 there. 29 for 3 brings the left-handed Morbier, the captain, into strike. Field changing over. And the umpire also goes over to square leg. Something that Ali developed doesn't always fancy. Yeah, again, once more is Littleton in now and bowls. And Morbier is turning that nicely through mid-wicket. There are runs here for him. He will get 2. They've crossed for 1. Will come back for the second as the return comes in to the keeper, to Nelson. 2 more to Morbier. Nicely placed through mid-wicket. And he is now gone on to 9. The total is pushed on to 31 for 3.
Yeah, good shot off the pads, head and well over the line of the ball and stroke it beautifully through the middle wicket region, picking up 2 well-deserved runs.
Littleton again will try once more. Right arm over the wicket. Passes the umpire now and bowls. And he's getting an inside edge. Good diving stop there by the keeper. He was looking to hit that maybe down the ground. Didn't get right to the pitch of it. Ball took the inside portion of the bat and went behind to the keeper, who had to go down on knees and prevent the ball from going past him. That would have gone down to fine leg, possibly for 4. 31 for 3. As Littleton moves in once more to bowl to Mahabir, who to this delivery is coming forward, pushes the ball out to cover, will get a single. Took off immediately for the run. Both batsmen, in fact, did that. Over comes to an end. So 7 overs gone. 32 for 3 with Hitman is 4. Dave Mahabir rather is on 10, and a run rate to 4.57, which is not bad, Ali. But of course they've lost 3 wickets.
Yeah, that's what I was just going to comment on. The fact that I've lost 3 wickets has sort of put them back a bit, but not a bad run rate. If you could lift the tempo from here, and both batsmen, Mahabir and Hitman, are looking, pretty solid. If they could have a good partnership and increase the run rate, I think they will find themselves in a pretty good position. But I always wonder in these 20 overs, rain in the air and so forth, winning the toss and batting, if it's not to a disadvantage, where the last team will have more situations to see how to play.
There's in fact a change of bowler from the far end. We'll just try to pick up all that pull in. So it's not yet picked up who it is, whether it might be more. Oh, we're still going to look around and see who might be the bowler. Delivery that is pushed up to mid-wicket, and there is no run. Yes. Is that Moore? Yes. So Jade Moore goes back rather quietly. There's a quiet period here. 32 for 3. Here it's Moore moving in now to bowl to Mahabir, and he is coming forward and driving. The ball peels off the outer portion of the bat. Went much squarer than anticipated. That's not the general direction that he wanted it to go. I think he wanted it maybe through the covers, and ball took more the outer portion of the bat, but was able to get a single. 1 more to his total. That's Morbier has gone to 11, and all the 3s now on the board. It's 33 for 3. Brings the right-handed Hitman, who's 4 into strike. So there Moore will move in and bowls to Hitman. No, he doesn't bowl. Will go all the way back. He's not happy with its approach. We've seen that happen quite a lot during the course of the tournament so far, where many of the bowlers not happy, particularly the fast bowlers, not very happy with their approach and would abort the run up and go right back, which is the correct thing to do, of course. If you're not comfortable with it, you need to stop. Comes in once more, he's still not very comfortable at all. We'll have to go his way all the way back.
Well, they have a cut-off time, so you need to speed it up. I'm not too sure if he has to do something with the wet condition at the ground. Why he keep aborting his run. Let's see what happens now. He has not remarked his run.
There's more in on both the Hitman, who is getting the delivery outside the off stump. Ball closer to the off stump than he probably realized.
I think it also came back in just a bit and just trying to steer it down third man region, and it came back and kept a bit low and beat the face of the bat.
And the sunshine is back with us, Ali.
Yeah.
Welcome, sunshine. Beautiful afternoon condition, as is once more into ball to Hitman, who turns it neatly, gets inside the line and just turns it down to fine leg as Fleming comes off the boundary, sends the return to the keeper. Meanwhile, the batsman crossed for one more to Hitman, who's gone to 5, and Mohabir, who's 11 now, comes into strike 34 for 3.
Yeah, the rain and it's talk about the weather, the change, it's so dramatic throughout this couple of days from
certainly
one
has.
to the other.
More to Mohabir, who is driving just in front of square on the leg side. Drove that nicely. Might have been just about the leg stump and got inside the line. Drove it. Almost looked like Kieran Powell there, the manner in which he drove that ball out to mid-wicket. Got a single. He's gone on to 12 now. Is Mohabir, the captain. Total has moved on to 35 for 3 in Guyana. Right-handed Hitman now faces up to Moore, who comes forward, straightens his approach now, bowls to Hitman. Hitman opens the face of the bat, glides it down to just in front of square on the offside, gets a comfortable single. Well played. And that completes the over. 8 overs gone. 8 overs gone. It's 36 for 3 with Hitman 6, Mohabir 12, and of course, again to remind you, 18 overs will be bowled in this match. The last of 2 overs per side, which tantamount to 4, and the cut-off time is 3:37. So a little bit behind time, Ali, just slightly.
Yeah, well, of course, they have only used their pace bowlers, and the spinners have not yet been introduced.
Here is Littleton in, balls nicely clipped down to backward square. They're gonna get 2 here. They've gone for 1. They're coming back for the second run, and they get it well. The return allows Nelson to jump high and pull it down. Did so quite competently too, but Hitman got 2 in the process. He's now gone on to 8. And total is pushed on to 38 for 3. Well played. Third man right back. Backward point, squarish cover. Extra cover halfway inside the circle. Littleton balls. Full toss that he drove up to. Oh, that was good. That was going to be close. Just pushed the ball up on the offside. Took off for the single. And there's that fielder there at short extra cover. Missed everything, but it would have been close. It would have been very interesting had he hit the stumps.
I think he would have been gone, but I think he just played and run. I'm not too sure he was aware of what was happening. Unfortunately for him, the fielder just had 1 stump, would have only been seen 1, and didn't hit it. It was more like the old-time game, tip and run.
Yeah. Littleton will move in again, this time to bowl to Mohabir, the left-handed batsman. He's there now. Bowls to Mohabir, who is driving outside the off stump. Doesn't make contact. Did you pick up that there might be a little slinging action
Yeah,
from Little Don?
yeah, definitely not as exaggerated as some of the bowlers we know of,
Yeah, the old
Malinga
slingers like Malinga and
and
Fidel Edwards.
Edwards, but he definitely has a bit of that.
Yeah, there is a bit.
Yeah,
Not that pronounced. He is a little higher than they are. Little Don is in once more and bowls, and it's shot down the leg side. Wide signal by the umpire. Could take down the leg side, or stop rather, if you want to put it that way, by Nelson. Ball just dropping in front of him. Made sure that he got his pads in the way, preventing any further run. But of course, wide signal, 40 for 3. The run rate 4.71. Littleton again goes in to bowl to Marbier, who is getting one outside the off stump that he hit up to extra cover, and he's coming down the track. And this time, Marbier is saying, "No, you go back." Got about halfway there, and he sent him back.
He's probably going to the old rules that you don't run on a misfield, because that was struck really well. It was well timed, and in fact, cannon into the boot of the fielder at extra cover. I don't think he got his hand anywhere close to it, and ricocheted off the boot. And I think that's why the batsman decided against the run, and taking into consideration the previous delivery, there was very close to being a run out. So I think he stood his ground. But they are batting pretty well. They are timing, not going for any big shots, but exchanging the ends, rotating the strike, and keeping the game going. They have now built the run rate to 4. They were 3 plus for some time. So I think they are getting themselves back into the game. They lost early wickets, and they need to rebuild, and this partnership has been doing that.
Yeah, so one of the fielders down, didn't make out who it was that fielded the ball. But they're young and strong. I'll be surprised if he doesn't get up and shake off that little blow and get ready to go. Again, that is. So you're not missing any cricket. And a 40 for 3. 18 overs to be bowled, so another 9.2 overs to go. Did I get that one right, Ali? Yes, I did. Whenever I get anything right mathematically, I feel very proud of myself, you see.
Who was your maths teacher at GBSS?
Well, there was a gentleman called, I had a couple of them. For a short while,
Was last
Christopher.
one?
No, he taught the higher form back in my time. There's hailing from Tempe area. So I was so bad at math I can't even remember my math teachers. So poor.
They might remember you though.
They should. Little Don is in now. Bowes, and he's driving outside the off stump, doesn't make contact. And the keeper collects behind the stumps. Yes, good old Mr. Hailing, who wore an afro, was always with a smile. I've never seen a gentleman smile like that throughout his teaching career. He was always smiling. Wondered if he ever got upset. There were days when he should have been upset with students, but he was smiling. Looks strange. Here is Littleton in now and Bowes, and that's a good delivery. Caught behind, gone. He was pushing at that one. The ball took the outside edge, and Nelson took an easy catch behind the stumps. So there goes another wicket lost there by Guyana, and they're really struggling now. They are 40 for 4 as Marbier goes. Cut Nelson of the bowling of Littleton for 12. He's now picked up. That was a good prize wicket indeed. He's 1 for 9 of 2.5, and Guyana, I think they're in real trouble here.
Yeah, but again, caught him in two minds. He was going to steer it, going to push it. He's going to steer it down to third man. Just probably change his mind, and at the end of it, got an edge, and the keeper took a good catch. Good bowling, he kept a good line just on over the off stump, and rewards for his good bowling.
Yes, the sun seemed to come out even brighter, as if confirming blessings on Littleton.
Yeah.
So is there a change of bowling from the far end? No, he's going to continue. There is more, and he is moving in now, and bowls to this delivery. There's an appeal for leg before, not with any great sense of conviction though, not supported by the rest of the players. So Moore screamed to the umpire. Nobody supported him. It was like a lone ranger somewhere about 40 for 4. Shane Prince has joined Hitman. They've got to do some restorative work there, because right now I can tell you that they are indeed struggling. Jamaica in the ascendancy. Here once more is more in. Both to Hitman. Hitman is appealing again. This time he may have gotten just support from maybe one or two other players, but not with any great deal of conviction. And Nelson didn't support him at all. Nelson's got a book that looked very well too.
Yeah, I think he probably struck the inside edge of the bat. I think that's what probably sort of saved him and cut short the appeal by the other players. A good delivery. But I noticed that even on this end now, the Tavo end, the ball seems to be keeping just a bit low.
Yes. Jade Moore again would move into bowl to Hitman. It's 9, 40 for 4. He is just about there now and bowls. And he is in defense, pushes the ball out on the offside. Oh, had he picked that up, I think he would have been in business. Did pick it up, and ball fell out of his hand. Oh, it would have been close. I would have loved to see that was Littleton coming in there from backward point.
Well, Hetma has to remember that that's a new batter.
Yes.
He was doing it pretty well with Mahabir, but this is a new batsman, and it takes a little while to adjust. I thought had the fielder picked up that ball, he would have been a long way from his crease.
Yeah, that's correct. As Moore moves in to bowl to Prince for the first time, he's there now, bowls, and Prince has a big swing at that one. Ooh, that swing looked as though it was the penultimate over of the innings.
Maybe the last ball of the inning. And that's his first ball he faced, and he really wind up and tried to hit it maybe outside the stadium.
Would you believe that?
Didn't make contact.
Went for a big heave. 41 for 4. As once more is Moore to bowl to Prince, who is getting a Yorker-like delivery, digs it out. Ball goes hard into the ground and spiral over the head of the approaching bowler. Tried to pull it down, but didn't, was unsuccessful. No harm done.
I think Prince must get some instruction, because he was really going to hit that one again. It's just that it was a Yorker and he couldn't do anything else. So maybe they asked him to try to raise the tempo of the game.
Again, he's in and bowls to Prince. Prince is looking to clip that through mid-wicket. Doesn't make contact. The ball went between the pad and the stumps. Good take by Nelson, who's been very good behind the stumps. And at the end of Moore's over is 41 for 4, 41 for 4. So 10 overs gone, 8 remaining.
Yeah, I think definitely Prince must have had some instruction on what to do. 3 very aggressive shots in the 3 deliveries that he faced. They are probably behind what we expected, a past score of 5 plus. They are now 4.10, so they will need to speed up the tempo. They need to increase that run rate, and surely Prince showing all indication that he comes out trying to do just that.
Yes, comes out as maybe as a new Ferrari with speed. Littleton is in and bowls to Hitman, who is off the back foot, opens the base of the bat and glides it down to backward point, gets a single. Play that ball very well indeed. Moves on now to 11. and the total goes by 1 to 42 now for 4. Brings Prince into strike. Left-handed Prince he is. I don't know if he's going to be playing in any Prince-like manner there.
Look like a warrior.
Rather than a regal personality. Here he is. Littleton in now and bowls to Prince. Well, he missed his run up. I will have to go all the way back. Yes, so National Stadium bathed in sunshine. But prior to this, half an hour ago, it was covered by very dark grey clouds as Littleton moves in now with his slinging action and bowls to Prince Yorker-like, and had to come down rather heavily on it. He gets his first run though, as he just managed to squeeze it out down to fine leg. So 1 to Prince, 11 to Hitman, comes back into strike, the 43 for 4, ran over number 11.
Prince really again, really winding himself up to really go at it, and the Yorker, and he did well to come down and jam it out of hitting the stumps.
With the turn, second time he's missed his run up. We'll go all the way back to ball to Hitman. What a transformation of this ground here, Ali. We probably can chit-chat a little bit about it.
Well, I think some people, definitely in most of the other grounds, the game would not have been able to play again. The mud fell here.
Littleton bowls to Hitman, who comes forward and pushes it back for the bowler to pick up on his follow-through. But more so the historicity of the ground goes back there before the National Stadium and the whole resurfacing of this ground. It did take quite a bit to get the water off. Here is once more a delivery that is glided onto short third man and gets a single. Well played by Hitman. He's brought up his 12th run, and the total has gone to 44 for 4, all the fours.
I think you'd have seen a number of the old guys with the sponge and the bucket.
That's right.
Mopping up water for quite a while.
All around the field, right?
Yeah. I think even once they brought in a helicopter to drive.
1983.
Yeah.
Here is a delivery by Littleton Bowles, and he's driving through mid-wicket, runs here. It won't go all the way, but sufficiently close to the boundary to yield them possibly 3. They've gone for 1. We'll come back for the second. There was a bit of starting and stopping, and then they came home for the 3rd run. So 3 there to Prince, and the total has now gone on to 47 for 4.
I think I just recall, I think that's the nature of Prince's game. I think in the last game he did hit a 6 at deep middle wicket, and again you can see him really putting effort in it to hit. He has not played many defensive shots.
Littleton in bowls, ball keeping low as usual up there, and making it difficult for the keeper. So that completes the over. 11 overs gone, and Guyana now they're 47 for 4.
I think probably it is to the keeper, it is to his advantage, his height, because he's pretty low down and the ball has been squatting, and he's been doing a pretty good job in getting down and stopping those balls that seem to be keeping low.
Yeah, he's really done a very good job indeed behind the stumps. We've all hailed his good glove work. Anticipation is good. Lateral movement to the right and left also good, and he keeps the ball with rather soft hands.
And I think we spoke about him in the previous game, and we made mention of so many great wicket keepers that came from Jamaica.
Yeah, that's right. Here is Moore in bowls to Prince, who pushes it out to short mid-off, and there is no run. But the ground here, we don't know how much in acreage, but it's quite a lot, was donated by one Miss Lucy Darbo, and that goes way back into the late 1800s, maybe as far back as about 1870 thereabout. There is a delivery outside the off stump, has a big swish as that one doesn't make contact, and there is no run. And the estate area was not just this flat area, but it extended into the Dabo Hills. And she donated this property to the people of Grenada for recreational purposes. And certainly it has been used for that over the years. Here is once more in Bowls the Prince. Prince this time is much more sedate, much more careful, opens the face of the bat and just glides the ball rather easily and competently too down to third man. Gets a single. He's now moved on to 4, and the total is pushed on to 47 for 4. And you remember, of course, the old pavilion, Alistair, that was built in 1928. That's right, in 1928.
I would have liked to see it there still.
I know, right? Sentimental purposes.
Yeah.
Outside the leg stump, wide signal by the umpire.
I think it had something unique about it, and a lot of history behind it.
There was.
Yeah.
And back then there was tendering for the job to build the pavilion, and finally, can't remember who was given the task to do it, but remember the notice was put into the public tendering to build the stadium back then, completed it back in 1928. Here is a delivery that brings Hitman forward, pushes it out on the offside, gets a single, and he moves on by 1 to 12. But before that, Alistair, there was an old pavilion which was back in the late 1800s, more to the right-hand section of the National Stadium.
I think I saw a picture of it.
Yes.
I saw it much smaller.
Much smaller.
Yeah.
So that was the first pavilion that they had. So the 1928 one was actually the second one, not built in the same location though, as it's once more in Bowls the Prince, and Prince has a big swish at that one, doesn't make contact, and Nelson collects behind the stumps. So there were in fact a lot of activities that took place here, a lot of kite flying. I'm told that a bit of golf was also tried here.
And horse racing.
Horse racing, of course, that back in the earlier days. And the stable was to that sort of southeastern area. Here once more is more in now and Bowls, and he hits that in the air down to mid-off, will get a single. His Prince, he's just going after everything. He's now gone on to 6, and the total has moved on now to 51 for 4.
A lot of effort for his 6 runs. He has really played a lot of shots. Missed the majority, but you can see his intent. He clearly came out there to try to increase that run rate, which is hovering around the 4.25, and I think they really would like to see that increase. And so somebody got to play shots, and he's trying.
Yeah, he certainly is. I need to ask you, Ali, did you ever go up into the old board, wooden commentary?
Yeah, I
You
did
go?
commentary. Yeah, I did commentary.
You
there.
did?
Yeah, with Rex Fair and his
Oh, you
guys.
did, Ali?
Yeah, I did comments.
Oh, what a precarious commentary booth it was. Yeah.
You had to be careful, and you couldn't drink when you were going up.
That's
there.
correct. And it was windy at times because
Yeah.
the elevation was up to about 60 feet high, which was pretty high back then. Well, here's a new bowler, Mckenzie, in Bowls to Prince, who hits the ball down to long on and gets a comfortable single as Fleming comes off the boundary. 1 more to the total, 1 more to Prince, who's gone to 7, and it's a 52 for 4. That's why I did my very first commentary stint back in 1991. It was Ray Roberts was there, the late Carl Bristol was also
the
there.
commentary.
Ox Johnson was doing the scoring.
One of the best on writing you'll see.
Oh, it was lovely. Here is Mckenzie, moves in now to bowl to Hitman, who is reaching for it and drives out to cover. And there is no run. Did a fine job too, didn't he?
Yeah, these
Ox
documents
Johnson.
and these archives nowhere to be found. But when you read that score sheet from Ox Johnson, it's really a pleasant sight. You look at those old British type.
That sort of thing. It's really beautiful. I'm seeing it now in hindsight. Delivery by Mckenzie, hit back to him, rather powerful indeed. I think it would have been a drop catch.
Yeah,
Drop catch.
he has been swinging that bat. So that he makes contact. He should have some power behind it.
So he's gone to 8. Hitman is 14, taking strike. Here is Mckenzie bowls. Comes forward, plays it back along the turf for the bowler to pick up on his follow through. Then I also did commentary with Leslie Sion.
Yeah, old horsemouth.
Old horsemouth. And he prided in calling himself Old Horsemouth. Here's a delivery that is turned up to mid wicket. They go through for a quick single. They get it too. So they're just milking the singles here. It's gone by 1. The extras rather has gone by 1 to 8. Leg by signal by the umpire. 14 is Hitma. Prince is 8. Let's see what he's going to do with this one. Here is Mckenzie. This should be enterprising. Moves in now to bowl to Prince. There he is. Taps away at the crease. Looks up. Mckenzie to Prince. And Prince is leaving that alone outside the off stump. Drifting into the gloves of Nelson. That completes the over. 13 gone. 5 more to go. 55 for 4.
Yeah, 5. Well, the past score in these reduced matches is in the 70s. And they will be looking for probably another 30 to just go past that. And we did say 80 that yesterday would have been a good score, and 73 and they still and just lost the game. So 80, 84 probably will still be a good score at the rate the Guyanese are going now.
Yes. Interesting contest this is turning out to be. Let's hope for the good of the game that we've got prevailing sunshine kept for the rest of the afternoon. It's looking a little dull to the far eastern section, but no alarms yet, as Hetma, who has sort of held the innings together a bit, and here is Noyan coming in, bowls to Hetma. There's an appeal for caught behind. Not out, says the umpire, as Nelson was appealing. The lone appellant there behind the stumps.
And always take a key from the bowlers. Didn't appeal, most likely.
Makes the decision of the umpire even much easier. Here he is again. Moving in, Noyan is there and bowls outside the off stump. Hetma drives the ball up to cover, and they get a single. Prince backing up very well. 1 more to the total.
They have been running pretty well between the wickets.
Yes, they have.
The last 2 batsmen and Prince, they have taken a number of sharp singles. Of course, they need to rotate the strike. They're having difficulty in hitting the boundary, so need to do something to get runs, and the singles has been their main stay at this time.
So Noyan again to bowl to Prince. What's your overall thoughts about the stadium, Ali? I don't think we'll ever see this full for a
I think it's
a
bit
sporting.
huge.
Yeah, it is.
But
Comes in once more and bowls, and Prince is coming forward and hits the ball down to the mid-wicket area. The catch taken, gone. Good catch, because it was going across to his left, stayed quite some time in the air, and in the end turned out to be well held indeed. So there goes the very enterprising innings of Prince. He was there cut down on the deep mid-wicket boundary, or wide long on, if you'd want to call it that, by Jones of the bowling of Noyan.
He didn't really go through with the shot.
He just clipped it.
Yeah. Instead of really hitting. But good catch.
Good catch.
Yeah.
Really good catch. He kept his eyes on the ball, and that's what's important, or one of the features, one of the important elements of taking a catch. Kept his eyes on the ball all the way into the palm of his hands. And so Prince has gone for 8, and Guyana now 56 for 5. Brings the new batsman Arif Khan to the crease.
Prince really played a lot of shots. He really tried. I think he get a lot of marks for effort in trying to push the runs rate up.
Noyan in bowls to Hitman outside the off stump, looking to cut that down to backward point, doesn't make contact. Did the batsman cross? Yeah, they did. Yeah, so it's Hitman batting.
And he would have missed out there because it was short outside the off stump. The players on that side is all in the circle, and he didn't make contact.
Moves in again is Noyan in to bowl to Hitman. Hitman plays that very skillful indeed. It's bending the knees and getting to the pitch of the ball in the process and opening the face of the bat, all done in one orchestrated, coordinated manner. Hits the ball out to cover, got a single. It's now gone on to 16. It's batted well for his 16. Let's just look and see how Hitman's innings has gone. So 16, he hasn't hit a boundary. Had 21 dot balls though. Important thing is that he's there.
Yeah, a little bit more than he would like to.
There is a delivery outside the off-stump, wide signal by the umpire, as Arif Khan, the new batsman, was looking maybe just to blaze that through the offside. Didn't make contact. Well, it was just too wide. One more to extras, gone into double figures. Now it's 10. And the total has moved on to 58 for 5. As Noyan into his 4th over. This is his final over. Final delivery, in fact, in his spell. Moves in to bowl to Arif Khan, who is feeling for that outside the off stump, doesn't make contact. The over comes to an end as Nelson collects behind the stumps. And so after some 14 overs, another 4 to go, beg your pardon, Guyana now 58 for 5.
Yeah, just at 4.14 runs. I think in that last 4 overs, they would like it to be probably closer to the 6-figure mark to get into the 80s thereabout. It's still, as we always said here, runs on the board is runs well scored, and the batting side then will have to try to get to it. But I think they are a little below par what they would really like to achieve at this stage of the game.
So it's going to be Mckenzie moving in to bowl to Hitman, who is turning that up on the onside. Ball going much too quickly for any thoughts of a single. Total remains on 58 for 5. And just as we were praising the glorious conditions here, it's become quite noticeably darker. Mckenzie bowls, turned up down to backward square. They've gone for 1. I think they can get 2 runs here. They will, in fact, as the return will come into Nelson, and they get 2 quite comfortably. So Hitman has gone to 18, is now 60 for 5.
Hitman is pretty quick between the wicket, and the new batsman will have to adjust because one shot as we speak.
All of our matches have had 1 shot, have they?
Yeah.
Here once more is Mckenzie in and bowls outside the off stump, driven back to the bowler, and there is no run. So Hitman is 16. He's played well. Here is Mckenzie bowls. Hitman is off the back foot. Hits that through the offside. Pierce the offside field. Now they possibly could get 2 or 3. They may just settle for 2. They will come back for the 3rd. The return brings Nelson forward. Not the best one in the world. Had a bit of scrabble for it. Good aggressive running. Think they saw the opportunity for the 3rd run and they took it. So 3 runs there to Hitman, who has now gone on to 20, I think.
And
yes, and the total has gone to 62 for 5.
I think probably the first time in any one of the games the ball has gone to that area of the park and 3 runs has been scored. It really was alert.
Yes. So that was good running indeed. He yielded 3 runs. Very important runs. Here is a delivery that is driving, peeling off the outer edge, down to third man. They will get 2 here. They've gone for 1 and coming back for the second. Oh, and that might have been a bit close. I think he was running back. That's Hitman, and just seemed to be running back in a rather casual manner. Well,
Not too sure. He has been running pretty well between the wicket. I'm not too sure. Probably he was certain that he was going to be in, but from here, it looked to be a very close call.
yeah, let's look at it. As Moore took off after the ball. Let's watch the return here now. It's not really pushing out. Ooh, ooh. All we can say here is rather interesting.
Yeah, that was very,
Very interesting.
very close.
Yeah. Yeah. Oh, of course, you need to advise your batsman. He was running with that bat airborne too.
Yeah, and it took some time how he had the bat. He didn't have the bat outstretched, so he had to take the bat from literally behind
That's
him
correct.
and bring it to the front. And I think that what make him lost a couple key moments. And so there would have been a review. If there were a review situation. Yeah.
Giovanni Gray will move in now to bowl to Hitman, who is off the back foot. Oh, they're going to be a little mix up here. No, he just manages to go back, and now they will get the single. There's no need for it. I think by that time, Khan had drifted back into his crease. And the fielder coming in there very quickly from backward point, hold the return, threatened to throw down the wicket at the non-striker's end, and the ball went down to the long opposition, got a single.
Yeah, he also nearly threatened to throw down the bowler because it was a really sharp throw and literally had to get out of the way.
65 for 5. Khan is 2. Here's a delivery that Khan hits down to what he was looking to hit that straighter. Didn't beat the bowler, did he?
Didn't beat the boot of the bowler.
The boot of the bowler, that one really stopped it.
Yeah.
Here's a delivery once more. And advancing down the track. I think he's gone.
Yeah.
I think he's gone. Yes. Square leg umpire said that's out. And the work of Nelson behind the stump, from the moment he missed it, you knew that the glove work and the skill of Nelson was so good behind the stumps that he was out stumped. And so another wicket has fallen. Guyana now, they've plunged 65 for 6 as if Arif Khan was stumped by Nelson of the bowling of Giovanni Gray for 2, and it's now Guyana 65 for 6 of 15.4 overs.
He was not able to get the ball away with his conventional shot, so he tried to get down the wicket, and he again going straight rather than going to the ball. Missed and was well stumped, and again we spoke of the keeper glove work.
Good work.
Excellent.
Didn't come up too quickly. Beautiful. Well done. Well done. Really well done. Really well done. I was very confident.
Yeah.
From the moment he did it, took off, and then the square leg umpire said, "Oh, you're out. You're gone."
And he didn't get excited before hitting the stumps. He maintained his cool and nice composure.
Great work. Really great work. So Gray is going to get ready to bowl to Danish Prasad. So here is Giovanni Gray. Moves in to bowl to Prasad, who is advancing down the track. Oh! And he too is gone. He too is gone. Oh, good glove work again there by Nelson. Good tantalizing delivery that teased the batsman coming down the track and didn't get to the pitch of it, missed it. And then there was Nelson. Let's look at it again. I like the flight though by Gray. Here he is. Nicely flighted delivery, and down the track he's going. He's missing it. and there was Nelson. he took the bails off, dropped the ball down, and went quickly to congratulate Gray, who tantalized the batsman into a false discretion there. And so one more wicket has just gone. There was Danish Prasad stumped Nelson of the bowling of Giovanni Gray without scoring, and Guyana now they're 65 for 7.
Yeah, good delivery. At this stage, the batsmen need the runs, so they looking to advance. One probably way they could correct is to go closer to the ball and coming down the wicket. They tend to go straight in their stands and finding the ball wide of their bat.
New batsman is Sohail Mohammed. Sohail Mohammed, who pushes it out, pushes it down to third man. That's not where he wanted it to go. He'll get 2 though, as the ball has been chased there by Silvera, and they get 2. So he's immediately off the mark. That's Sohail Mohammed. 2 runs to him as the over comes to an end. So 16 overs gone, and Guyana 65 for 7. Well, the good thing is that Hitman is still there, and these remaining 2 overs, he'll want to take as many of the strike as possible.
Yeah, and you just missed it again. One shot, but of course the new batsman is a pretty short guy. He could choose to turn quickly and get back. So again, we see probably 2 things that seems to be highlighting here: one shot and the no balls from the spinners. Again, we keep saying it's rising stars, so it's just a learning process. But good quality cricket by quite a number of the players. Hitman, 2 overs to go, probably need. He's not a hard-hitting batsman. He's more of timing. And bringing back the pace might go to his advantage.
Silvera to Hitman, who is carting that through the offside. They will come back for the second run. Ball goes behind square, and they get 2. So 2 more to Hitman. Total has gone to 67 for 68. Beg your pardon, for 7. So let's see if we can get a little bit of poetry here. Here is Hitmaya to Silveria. Not too much of a poetry, is that there? He's in now ball, and he's coming forward. Hits the ball back. Did that carry? If it did, might have been very low. But he did stop it. Couldn't get a single. Total remains on 68 for 7. Hitma 23. Would want to get maybe another 10 runs.
10, yeah.
Yeah.
More than that would be a bonus.
Would be a bonus. 8 deliveries to go. Silveria is in now, and bowls to Hitma, who is hitting that over the infield. He's going to get 2 for sure. They've gone for 1. Will come back for the second. The return comes in to Nelson. Good return, but they get 2. It's now gone to 25. Hitma, the quarter century mark. And Guyana now 70 for 7. He'll be going hard, I would think, Hitma. Silveria.
Nice innings from him. He played some good shots.
Is in now, and bowls to Hitma, who is opening the face of the bat. Hits the ball out to a shortish extra cover. Gets a single. No, it doesn't get a single, beg your pardon. Ball didn't beat the fielder there at extra cover. As that was Littleton, who's there at shortish extra cover. There to save the single, obviously.
And the awareness of the game now, we see Hitmaya is conscious of it. He probably should be trying to get a single to face that last over.
Yes. In now, bowls to Hitma. Hitma is coming forward and drives the ball down to wideish mid-on, gets a comfortable single. Just looks at his bat as if to say, oh, I didn't middle that all that well. Look, took more the bottom part of the bat, but got a single. He's now gone to 26. And the total has now gone to 71 for 7. Brings Mohammed, who is into strike. Sohail Mohammed. And once more, Silveria would move in to bowl to Mohammed. Mohammed is hitting that down to mid-off. Will get a single. They've got to hurry here as the return comes in at the non-striker's end. So that now completes the over. 17 overs gone. Just a one more to go. And Guyana with Hitman 26. And Sohail Mohammed 2. They're 72 for 7.
Yeah, and again, the scope, very much like yesterday when they got into the 70s and created quite a bit of excitement coming to the end. 72 now for 7. I think yesterday it was 73 and 74, something of the sort. So it's looking as if it'll be another exciting day's play.
Giovanni Gray in bowls. Ball pushed up to mid-off and gets an easy single. There, Sohail brings Hitma now into strike.
He has played 2 nice shots, coming in at that position, 79 or the 9 batsman. He put 2 lovely shots.
Gray to Hitma. Hitma is hitting that in the air. Not very much airborne, maybe the first few yards, and then the ball travelled across to mid-wicket, got a single. So total is moved by 1. Hitma has gone to 27, brings Sohail Mohammed into strike, who's on 3. Here is Gray. Ball pushes out to extra cover. They go through for a single. Good backup there by Hitma.
Yeah. He has been running really good between
Very
the
good.
wicket.
So one more to Sohail Mohammed, who's gone to 4. Brings Hitma back into strike. 3 legal deliveries to go as Giovanni Gray, tall, slender, from the far end, moves in, bowls to Hitma, who is hitting that down to the deep long on boundary and will in fact come back for the second run. Fielder down there didn't really maybe pick up the flight very well, picked it up rather late, and they get 2. 2 more to Hitma, has gone to 29. All the 7s on the board now, 77 for 7. Over number 18 in progress. Here is Gray, bowls to Hitma, who is caught there at mid-wicket. Well, he was looking to force that over the mid-wicket area, and it was airborne. Didn't cue it all that well, but I think he'll be happy that he played his hand very well. So they've lost another wicket, the 8th wicket being just fallen. Adrian Hitman is there, caught by Mckenzie of the bowling of Gray for 29. And well, with just a 1 ball to go, 77 for 8, Guyana, 77 for 8. And maybe they won't be very happy with this total. Probably would have liked to get up to a 90 thereabout. But Hitman, he played a good hand for 29.
Yeah, definitely. He batted well. I think he really had to go at it. He choked him a little. He's a short guy. He's up on him. He couldn't really clear the infield and lost his wicket. But I think he showed good cricket awareness, particularly running between the wicket and striking the ball on the offside.
So here's the final delivery coming up. New batsman is gained. And here is Giovanni Gray in bowls, comes forward and turns it up on the onside, gets a single. That's all there be. That completes the innings for Guyana. And at the completion of 18 overs, 78 for 8. That's right, 78 for 8. So Jamaica will be thinking about that 79 magic total that they would need to win. And maybe they've fallen a little short, I would say, Ali de Bennett.
Yeah, I think they would have expected more than what they achieved, 78. 18 overs. The parting seems to be around 5 runs over. They were at 4.33. But the wicket is a bit on the low side on both ends, and so good line and length could restrain proper scoring shots. So it's up now to the Ghanaian bowlers and the Jamaican batsmen to decide which way the game should go.
Yes, so yeah, let's just go to the bowling, the lineup. Um, Batting as so Kubir was bowled by Nan for 4, and Budwan was bowled by Littleton for 7. Hetma, just out a little while ago, was caught Mckenzie of the bowling of Gray for 29, 48 balls. Didn't hit a 4, 73 minutes at the crease. And Mahabir was caught Nelson bowled Littleton for 12. Prince was caught Jones bowled Noyan for 8. Arif Khan stumped Nelson of the bowling of Gray for 2. And Danish also, he was their stump of the bowling of Gray by Nelson without scoring. Sohail Mohammed not out 4. Arun Gainda not out 1. Extras were 10, comprised of 1 leg by 8 wides and 1 no ball. And so 78 for 8 of exactly 18 overs. And in terms of the bowling, well, Silvera had done for 19 of 3. Noyan had 3 for 17 of 4. Littleton picked up 2 for 15 of 4, bowled very well. Jade Moore, 3 overs, no maiden, none for 9. Mckenzie had none for 9 of 2. And Giovanni Gray had 3 for 8 of 2 overs. So Guyana 78 for 8. 78 for 8 means that Jamaica will need to get 79 in exactly 18 overs. So when we come back here and for Jamaica to chase down this victory target, we'll be on hand to describe the game. To describe the game for you. See you then. And welcome back here at the National Cricket Stadium in St. George's, where Guyana is locked in battle with Jamaica. And just to remind you that Guyana scored 78 for 8 in their allotment of 18 overs. They scored at 4.33, which is not very high at all. And so Jamaica might fancy themselves very much to be maybe the favorite to win this game. But already they've already scored 78, and so many of the pundits would say, well, runs already on the board, and we'll have to wait and see whether they'll be able to bring this off. Rafael Crony is going to be starting the broadcast. Ali Debillat is going to be just alongside him, and I'll be just taking a welcome break. I think all is set and all is ready to go as Jamaica getting ready to chase down 78. They need 79 to win. Ali, good afternoon.
And that's and first ball dismissal, pitch going down the leg side. He tried to turn it away, got a very thin edge, and the keeper taking a good catch. And what a really nice start for the Guyanese. First ball, as I was saying, that pass score of 78 will create some excitement. Yesterday, both teams got into the 70s, and the game went down into the last over. And here the Guyanese, we think probably a little below what they would have expected to score, but striking early in the very first ball.
Yeah, Gordon Jr., they're looking to turn this ball on the onside, and just probably played it a bit too fine. Good catch taking, and really sort of thought that Guyana would have wanted, only getting up to 78 in the 18 overs. And they probably would need to get wickets very early just to push the Jamaicans back. So it's 1 wicket for no runs. Jamaica need 79 for victory. And Arif Khan from the southern end, DeMarco Scott comes in to strike, just taking his guard. So success to the first ball from Khan, and he's up to Boulder Scott, who covers up again. Seeing some movement, ball just hustling him a bit. Scott played it out in front of him. Jamaica losing a wicket at the first delivery. They need to get up to 79 for victory. So even though I don't think Guyana got up to the sort of score that they expected, it still can be, seemingly can be a very exciting finish. As Khan, again this one just angling down the leg side, wide signal by the umpire. Again, Scott get inside of the wicket, looking at the turn, made no contact.
Well, yesterday, I remember that the both teams got into the 70s. It was probably a little less over, but into the 70s, and one would have thought was a bit of a score that was too low, but the both teams struggled to win, coming right down to the last over. So I think we still probably should expect some excitement here.
He covers up. Good delivery. Push on the offside, and they go through for an easy single. So Scott is off the mark. It's 2 for 1. Yeah, we have seen earlier on today Ali Trinidad losing a very early wicket without a run on the board, but really came back strongly. Xavier Jones. You look at the turn on the onside, and comes off the pad. The bowler up with the appeal, but it seemed to be slanting down the leg side.
He has been getting some inward movements, so if the ball would have pitched leg or thereabout, obviously he would have been going down the leg side.
Yeah, probably just seem to get a bat onto it. It's 3-for-1. Can working up a bit of a pace. Again, down the leg side. As I said, looking to extract some pace. So the extras. Jamaica 3-for-1. Make it 4-for-1 with that extra. One slip, third man right back, point, cover, extra cover, mid off. The offside, leg side is a mid on mid wicket, long leg on the boundary. Again, this one coming off the edge, going on the onside, and the batsman they picking up a single and bring the score on to 5. Jamaica 5-for-1, and Cannon is first over. Just final delivery again, missing his run and having to go back. And we have seen that happen, and probably a number of occasions. Bowlers just missing the run and having to turn, which is the right thing to do. You miss and you have to turn to go back. Stroke to mid off. Again, really to the pitch of it, time it well as it travelled very quickly to mid off, but had another single for Jones, and that completed the first over. 6-for-1, Jamaica requiring 79 for victory.
I think they will be pretty satisfied with their start, picking up that early wicket of the Jamaicans. Not the best deliveries, but effective. He tried to turn it down to long leg, got a nickel on it, and well taken by the keeper to get rid of the first batsman. Still a long way to go, 18 overs. As we said over and over again, that yesterday games, that was the past score, and both teams batting second struggled to get there when they thought it was probably an easy victory. So a lot of cricket left. The sun is still out. I think that look like most likely we will see end of a play before any more showers.
Yeah, I don't think we probably should worry too much of the conditions. I think the weather is fine. This just push on the onside and they go to for a quick single. Shane Prince pick up the attack from this northern end. Jones goes on to 3. Scott on 2, comes in to strike both right-handed batters. So the field for Prince, just similar, just 3 fielders on the leg side, mid wicket, and the long leg right back on the boundary. One slip, third man backward point, cover extra, cover, and mid off. Good sunshine. Pitched up, hit on the pad. The appeal goes up and he's out leg before. Again, the good delivery. It just seemed to be a slow delivery, and seemingly just playing right around it and hit in front. And Jamaica losing their second wicket. Scott going leg before to the bowling of Prince in his first over. Just for 2, 7-for-2.
Well, surely from here it looks as if he was struck in front. I don't think he looked too happy with the decision, unless there would have been some bat onto the ball. But he was playing across the line, and you always advise that particularly early in your inning you play as straight as possible. And so he paid the penalty. But good bowling, he bowling on the stumps and getting what I would think is 2 vital wickets, and really putting the Jamaicans under a lot of pressure.
Yeah, they just need to continue to pick up wickets. But I thought that is a slower delivery, and he just seemed as though he was playing a bit too early. So he found himself really playing around that delivery. And from the time he was hit, it always looked as if he was in trouble. And the umpires had no hesitation. So Nicole Mckenzie, left-handed batsman, and he's going to face Prince first delivery. Again, good length, good line, and you can see that he's not looking to bowl too fast, but really looking to put it on the spot. And Mckenzie was equal, push it out on the offside.
Yeah, something about his bowling today, not looking to really tear away. Yeah, probably instruction, just keep it on the stumps.
Another good delivery that went past the outside of it, but that delivery just leaving the left-handed Mckenzie as he came forward. Again, not too fast, but you can see that certainly every effort is made to pitch it on line and on length. Mckenzie. As Prince over the wicket. Again, very good line, very good length as he can come forward, Mckenzie, and plays it slowly down to that mid-off area. No attempt of a run. A good start by the Guyanese, picking up 2 early wicket. Now we see Prince now coming around the wicket.
He has been bowling fairly well over the wicket. Not too sure the reason for going around. Have to wait to see. Maybe he have seen something that we have not.
Yeah, very interesting that he now moves around the wicket. Just beating Mckenzie with his final delivery, ball leaving him. So maybe he probably going to come around, just try to angle it in and then to leave him. This one hit over cover and pick up 2 runs there. Again, we see here, Ali, that the line has been changed and over pitch, but just wide of the off stump and played over cover for 2. So that's 2 to Mckenzie. He's off the mark. And at the end of the second over, Jamaica 9 for 2.
And pretty good over, in which he got the batter, but of course we pay our attention to the fact that you seem to be bowling well at one side of the wicket, and the changing to go on the other side. Sometimes you kind of confused as to why, but of course they're young, they are trying different things.
Short delivery, play to the backward point. Again, no chance of a run. Khan in his second over. Picking up a wicket in his first delivery, 1 for 6. The right-handed Jones. And for this delivery, he's looking to drive. Just come off the inside edge of the bat and goes to wide mid-on. And Jones pick up 1 more, takes his score on the 4. It's 10 for 2. Jamaica. It's sort of start I think that the Guyanese would be pleased with, picking up 2 early wicket. And just as we want to keep the pressure on. Khan now comes around the wicket to the left-handed Jones, and that ball comes off the edge and goes down to the wide third man area. And the fielder there from that backward point having to run back. So that's 2 more runs to Mckenzie. Good delivery that really just turned him around a bit.
It went around the wicket, and with the follow through the arm, he got it to come into the left-hander, and probably move away just a bit. So he was looking to turn it on the onside, took a leading edge and go probably where a gully would have been.
Another good delivery by Khan. And Mckenzie equal to just push it out on the offside. It's 12 for 2. We are in the third over. Just 67 runs needed. Arif Khan. And again, this one is hit on Paddy's outlet before. Let me good delivery again. Looking to play it again on the onside, and as you said, with the angle coming in, this one just seemed to be straightening, and he missed. And really looked really good from here, hit in front. Jamaica losing the third wicket with the score on 12.
Well, not a good start at all by the Jamaicans, but excellent one by the Guyanese, picking up 3 early wickets as we watch the replay from around the wicket. Let's just see what happened. Oh yeah, just about middle stump. Maybe slightly, if it kept the angle it was going at, it would have been close to leg or just outside. If he had probably cut back a bit, he would have been middle or thereabouts. So I think a good decision in the end by the umpire. The ball coming into him, maybe you need to play a little straighter early in your inning. He tried turning it away and missed and was adjudged leg before. But excellent bowling by the guy. He's picking up 3 wickets in a very quick time, 12 for 3, and surely has gone in the ascendancy in the game.
Yeah, you're right. Yeah, that delivery just looked to have straightened a little bit as he looked to turn. But his line have been very good, wicket to wicket, as we have seen. Yeah, they are now picked up to 2 wickets. A leg before, which indicates in the straightness in which they are bowling.
You can see the bowler from this end. A lot of effort is being played to bowl the ball on the stumps.
Nelson, Kane get a good delivery. To seem to be really bending his back, keeping the line. Very good over bowl there by Khan. He has picked up now his 2nd wicket, 2 for 9 in his 2 overs, and Jamaica requiring 79 for victory. They are 12 for 3.
Yeah, not a position they would have liked to find themselves in, but still got time. These 2 batsmen need to spend some time at the wicket, do some restoration work, build an inning, and try to advance the score as close as possible. It's not a really big score. You don't need to do anything ultra. You don't need to go all out into attack. You can just build the inning and get it as close as possible before going into some big shots. So still has time to rebuild the inning.
So Jones just going to face Prince, who went right up. Good Yorker link delivery, and he just came down on it. Went down to backward square, and he picked one single. But again, good delivery right up. And he just happened to come down on it.
I think that bowler has a sort of deceiving action. He doesn't look to be trying to bowl that fast. He looks like looking for accuracy, but he's really sort of cutting the batsman in 2 minds, and not too sure if the ball is coming quicker than they expect or slower, because his action doesn't look as if he's really trying to bowl fast. He looks as if he's trying to bowl a lot of line and length, and he has been doing a pretty good job.
He's in the 2nd over, Prince to Nelson. Nelson pushes this one on the offside. And no attempt of a run. Yeah, you can see very clearly that they are bowling to a plan. They will want to cut down all extras and bowl as straight as possible. It's Prince bowling from this northern end. Now there's no slip in place. Just a 3rd man on the boundary and a backward point cover, extra cover mid off. Again, right up. This goes in the air, just out of the reach of that backward point field. Again, somewhat movements in the air. As the batsman there again was looking to play some way square leg mid wicket.
Yeah, again he was trying to turn a ball that seems to be slightly on the off stump or thereabout, and trying to turn it, taking the leading edge. Unfortunate for him, it went over the head of the squarish cover and the backward point.
Prince keeping the ball right up. Again, right up. This one is driven, but straight to the extra cover. It's very, very clear his intention. 14 for 3, Jamaica. With Jones on 5, Nelson on 1. The sun comes out brightly. Again, ball pitch right up, played to cover. You see that a little bit of variation. They're not looking the ball too quickly.
Good batting from the new batsman. Head well over and showing that he gets the middle of the bat.
And you can see that Prince just seemed to be thinking a bit as goes back to his mark and runs up again, pitch up, good delivery, just leaving the right-handed Jones, just leaving him a bit and taken by the keeper, and that completes the 4th over. Prince just 5 runs in his 2 overs, picking up a wicket. Khan 2 wickets for 9 runs in his 2 overs, and after 4 overs they are 14 for 3.
Good bowling so far from the Guyana opening bowlers. Both of them picking up wickets. In fact, 2 and 1, 3 wickets down. Not a situation the Jamaicans would like to find themselves in, but there's still an opportunity and the time to rebuild. And these 2 batsmen obviously will have to make a good partnership.
Yeah, not a big score. And this one is hit over mid-wicket. Good shot picked up there by Nelson. And it's not going to get to the boundary, but they should be able to come back. Yeah, just 2 runs there. As Nelson coming back there and just having a difficulty with bat falling out of his hands. So that's 2 runs. So Nelson take his score to 3. And this is one of the first positive shot we have seen.
Yeah, well, he took it off the pads. It was fairly full, and he just clipped it aerial, but safe, down to the middle wickets for square leg boundary. There's no protection there. All the players, well, besides the long leg, the 3 players are inside the circle, and once you clear, the opportunity for runs is there.
16 for 3. Outside the off stump, and Nelson allowed this one to go through. As you said, Ali, there's no need to really rush in this. You know, it's a small score.
Yeah, the wickets is probably a concern, but the time and the overs left is still that high possibility that the runs could be achieved.
63 needed. And this one is hitting down to mid-on. Let's see, down to the mid-on fielder who takes the catch. And yet another wicket as Nelson there. Again, we see probably the variation. He was very early into the shot and was only able to get it down to mid-on. And Jamaica's lost another wicket, 16 for 4.
Yeah, good teasing delivery from the bowler. He was well up. The situation is that yes, you need to stay, but you also need the runs, and he tried to hit over the top. The previous delivery he did onto the leg side, and this one he did try again but didn't succeed. He hit it to the man at long, and we took a simple catch at the end, but you know, once the ball is in the air you have to catch it, and so you can see a good catch and a good wicket, and Jamaica into further trouble.
Yeah, they are now 16 for 4. And yes, Khan picking up another wicket.
Not to show that he really tried to hit that ball extremely hard. Not to show if he was just trying to hit it over the field ahead, and or
I think he was a bit early into the shot.
shot, yes. So
Yeah.
he saw the lob than really go forward as quickly.
I think we have to give the bowlers a lot of credit with their bowling. And this one is nicely paid down to a backward point by Jones, who would have crossed in the process. And he pick up another single, 17 for 4. And Khan in his third over, picking up so far 3 for 12.
A lot will depending on Jones. He is the open batsman. He has been there for some time. He faced 10 deliveries though, but he has scored 6 runs. And I think he would be one of the key players now for the Jamaicans to take control, because he is one of the early batters. 4 wickets down, batsman number 5 is in.
So Gray it is. And Khan goes around the wicket to Gray. Again, good delivery. Good length, and he just push it out on the offside. But the opening bowlers has really seemed to have stuck to the plan, not giving much away.
You could see they came out with a plan to attack the stumps. Not bowl, and neither did they look as if they were trying to bowl too fast. It seems that they were just concentrating on a good line and a good length, and they have been very effective.
Giovanni Gray faces Khan. Again, this is stroked down to mid-off. And the batsman go to for a single. So Gray is off the mark. And at the end of the 5th over, Guyana has really seemed to have taken the advantage. Jamaica 18 for 4, requiring some 61 runs in 13 overs.
Yeah, and only scoring at 3 runs are over. As you said, our 4 wickets already down. The top half of the batting already back in the pavilion. Not the position that they really would have liked to be. 18 for 4, going in the 74 needed for victory. But again, as we said, there's still time. There's still a number of overs to be bowled. In fact, somewhat 13. So still the opportunity, still the chance.
Yeah, just 61 runs needed. 13 overs, so still time.
Yeah, under 4 runs are over. It's not really out of the reach. It's just building a partnership.
So the left-handed Gray faces and places one to mid-on, short mid-on. Again, we see here that, Prince, online, nothing seemed to be straight, whether it's off stump or leg stump, just keeping it straight.
Yes, bowled well. Pretty good spell from both opening bowlers.
Again, right up. And the batsman just happened to come down on it and place it to what would be a gully position. But again, causing some concern.
And be bowling some pretty good Yorkers. It doesn't look very fast, but it's on target. And so far, all the batters has problems in defending it. They have been succeeding, but he has been bowling well.
It's 19. The right-handed Jones comes into strike. Again, right up. And this one is driven. Just coming off the stumps, and really they feel at mid-off, having to come around and stop. But good positive shot. This one is slightly over pitch.
But the thing about the Yorkers is that it's just a couple of inches either too far or too short that it give the batsman a good opportunity to score, because it will be a full toss or half volley.
Again, ball pitched up, and again the batsman, Jones, looking to drive, made no contact.
You can see a little away movement on this one. It was a bit wide, but you can see the ball moving away towards the slip area.
Prince stirred over. Again pitched up, and again a batsman looking for the drive, making no contact. Again this one look as a slow delivery. Just seemed to get some movement, just coming into the batsman. And now we see that Jones now rehearsing probably the right shot with
Foot going across.
Prince. Again that ball, a slower delivery, just a little bit wider, really thinking there. And the batsman Jones allowed it to go through, and he yet another good over. 1 for 6 in 3 overs. Jamaica 19 for 4, and still requiring some 60 runs to get in 12 overs.
Yeah, and the run rate continued to increase. They're just going now at 3.17. They need now to go at 5, or 19 for 4 is a situation where you really need to rebuild. How you can do it, whether it's aggressiveness or rotating the strike, but something has to be done to increase that run rate.
So Khan continues around the wicket to Gray, and he plays it in front of him. Again, not much room. And 19 for 4. Arif Khan. Another good delivery, played down to mid-off. That's Gray just coming forward, confidently played down to mid-off. Ball coming out the bat rather quickly.
Nicely played. He didn't get a run, but nice solid looking push on the outside.
And for this delivery, another good delivery, play to backward point, but they come through for a single.
Good running. You had to hustle the player inside the circle, play the straight to him, and although he advanced quickly and threw quickly, they were able to complete the single.
Yeah, Guyana will be encouraged to start they had, picking up 4 wickets. And have been bowling well. I think they really deserve picking up those wickets. Wide off the off stump, wide signal by the umpire.
He really threw the bat at it, but it was wide. He couldn't reach. But and a good attempt to get some runs on the board, because all players on the offside are within the circle and not on the edge, but in the circle. He tried to put it probably over the head, but he didn't succeed.
Oh, beautiful delivery. He's beaten there. Probably pass over, probably middle and leg stump as he came forward, and that ball really, probably, I know he's probably a bit late there, but it went right through him. Just a bounce would have probably taken it over middle and leg stump.
And primarily he has bowled all his balls coming into the batsman, and he played straight, and the ball came into him and passed between bat and pad.
Well, just 2 more deliveries in the spell, and this one is played, so short cover, Kane, no chance of a run. So maybe it might be a good thing just to see these 2 bowlers off and see what is coming next.
And they have bowled through the quarter overs. So
Again, right up, and this push on the offside. So that completes the spell of Arif Khan. And after 7 overs, 21 for 4. And Jamaica still looking to get some 58 runs for victory.
I think, is it that the 4 bowlers could bowl 3 and 1 4? No.
Maybe 4 might be able to bowl. Well, it's 18 overs. 4 is 16, and then 1 bowl 2.
But the 2 bowlers have bowled well. They have bowled on. Have not changed yet. The 2 bowlers, the 2 opening bowlers are still in operation. 21 for 4. We see the reason why they have been picking up wickets. I think now there will be a bowling change.
It's wide and full. Would be signal no ball there. That's La Rose, first delivery. Coming around the wicket. And the delivery probably slipped from his hand, but it's very wide. As he's up to the wicket once again. Ball making some height as Gray looking to probably play some way through that backward point cover region, made no contact.
But it was a free hit and he didn't really take use of that opportunity, but a good delivery. He pitched and came into the right-handed batsman and he was really looking to cut it away. Of course, a free hit didn't make contact.
22 for 4 over number 8. La Rose right up and he's bowled him right up and looking for the big drive. Yes, and that ball just going through the gate and hitting the stump. And Jamaica losing the 5th wicket. Really an important blow struck there by Guyana.
Yeah, good delivery. Bowling around the wicket, getting the ball to slanting off the action from wide of the crease. Yes, slanting in and continues movement inwards with the arm action, not the unique type right sort of bowling action, not slinging but a little wide, and got the ball to come back in the air and off the wicket, continue that slope in and hitting the off stump. Good delivery, good bowling. They continue to bowl well, and of course Jamaica continue to struggle with the bat.
Yeah, and again we seem to be seeing some more variation because the deliveries before was a quick one. The batsman was looking to hit square, and this one was right up and just seemed to be a slower delivery. And as he looked to drive, from just outside the off stump, missed it, came back in and hit the off stump. So La Rose picking up a wicket in his first over, now goes back over the wicket. Lee Chon plays in this beaten outside the off stump. First delivery.
But after the first wide delivery and no ball, that the Rose Bowl has bowled 3 beautiful deliveries, picking up 1 wicket and beating the batsman on 2 occasions.
22 for 5. He's up to the wicket. Again, right up, and again the batsman just not getting hold of it. Ball goes out on the offside. Seemed to be a pretty aggressive bowler. He runs to the wicket rather quickly. Does look as though he's enjoying what he's doing, La Rose. Just conceded 1 run. I think it's probably the extra. As he's up to the wicket once again. Again, the batsman is beaten by pace there as he was looking to play out the back foot, but I think it was through him. So he's developing some pace, but again we seen the variation, the quicker one and then the slower one. We see some adjustment being made, that backward point just coming a little bit finer as he's up to the wicket again. Ball again, batsman beaten outside the off stump, looking for the drive, and really a good successful, really good over ball by La Rose's first over.
Yeah, the first delivery, of course, the wet outfield, I never could tell because it was a pretty high full one. But the next six deliveries were a really good ball, picking up one wicket and beating the batsman on 3 or 4 occasions. And good line, good length, good pace, good movement of the wicket, and excellent first over.
So 10 overs remaining, 57 runs required, and Guyana making it really difficult for the Jamaicans. Picking up the top 5 with still 57 runs to go. As we see again, going to pick up the attack from the southern end. As we bowl it to Jones, who have been there for quite a while. 17 deliveries so far, 39 minutes. As we just see that slip comes into place, a slip, backward point, cover, extra cover, left arm spin. This one is played to cover. It's straight to the fielder, and there's no chance of a run. So I welcome back Stevenson, warm to my right. Again, his ball is pushed out on the offside. Ginda in his first over. First sign of spin, left arm wrong the wicket. And this he hit on the pad, and the appeal goes up, and probably get some bat onto it there. It will look pretty close from here.
Yeah, looking to play across the line of the ball too. We've seen that brought the demise of a number of players playing across the line.
Ball given a bit of air, choked down to mid-off. And Jones picking up his 7th run. 23 for 5. Really have been a struggle for the Jamaicans.
Yeah, very much a sorry sight. 23 for 5. They're certainly on the back foot. And the run rate is not helping them either. 2.65.
Oh. Kinder. Left arm wrong the wicket, ball again give him a bit of air, and he's out leg before. Quicker delivery there, and again just see me and so he looking to turn it. He missed, and the umpire upheld that decision very quickly. Seems as though he was really hit right in front, and Jamaica losing the 6th wicket.
Yeah, just looking at that one, it was pitched a little faster. Let's see if we can get the replay here. Slightly flatter too. Yeah, and he just seemed to play slightly around it. And he was struck right in front, and the umpire didn't have any difficulty in saying that was out. So they've lost 6 for 23. That's a sorry sight, Raphael.
Well, it certainly is, and I don't think you can contribute any of the dismissal with the wicket or the pitch. But I think that the Guyanese have bowled well. The 2 opening bowlers really seem to have the plan they would have. They probably would have really stuck to that plan, in that they bowled very straight. Really didn't give anything away. There was actually hardly any extras at this point in time. We had 3 wide and 1 no ball, and I think no ball was probably for the height. But outside of that, I think they bowled pretty well.
Yeah, extras have been very much a concern. In the early the early matches, I think New Inman Islands conceding 53 in their first match, which they lost, and that was far too many. It might have been the top scorer too. So as the tournament gets on, I think we're seeing less and less extras on the scoreboard, which augurs good for the youngsters.
So Silvera, he's joined Jones, who have been there already from the beginning, open the batting. This is on 7:21 delivery so far. He has been there for 43 minutes. And Guyana really has tightened the grip on this game. We are into the 9th over. The 23 for 6 Jamaica.
Yeah, they have to score at 6.11 if they're going to overhaul the total. And that's an uphill task.
Well, what we have seen so far really look that's a tough one. But we know how funny this whole game is.
Funny old game called cricket, right?
Silvera. And he plays it back to the bowler. That Kinder in his second over. And interestingly, we see Larose bowled 1 over. 1 run, pick up 1 wicket. And Kinder in his second over, he also picked up 1 wicket. So all the bowlers have been successful.
Yeah, 4 bowlers used so far. And a good opportunity maybe for Guyana just to give their bowlers an opportunity to bowl, not just experimentally, because they would want to keep the grip on this game, but take the opportunity to allow your bowlers to get a feel of what's going on as much as possible.
So we're about to begin the 10th over. Larose in his second over. And he's bowling to no slip, third man on the boundary, and the long leg on the boundary. If you want it else inside, and again, he's this one, he allowed it to go through, and we see that sort of movement, mainly after it would have passed the stump. Jamaica 23 for 6.
Not the kind of score that anybody wants to have. But if you're the opponent, then you're happy with it.
This one is played to that backward point position, and they pick up 1. They're going to come back for 2, as no one was really backing up the wicket there. Well deserved, pick up 2 runs. Jones moved to 9, 25 for 6.
Notice that Silvera tends to run with his bat pointing upwards. That's something that he'll have to look at, and maybe the coach would need to point out to him.
He's beaten outside there off some really, even though he reached for it, was a good delivery that left the right-handed Jones.
Yes, I noticed that he runs with the bat held upwards. So if he is a bit in trouble in terms of having to dive to get home, he just might be in a bit of a bother having to change the angle of the bat downward.
Right up, and this one stroked extra cover, looking for a run there, and if he would have hit there, certainly he would have been out of his ground, but they get an overthrow in the process. But I think it was the right thing to do, because Silvera was way out of his crease, and the fielder coming at mid of the, just having a share of the stump. 26 for 6 in the 10th over.
Got to be careful, because that run rate is creeping up to around 7. It's already a difficult assignment at 6.38, but it's going to get worse if it gets higher than this.
So Larose is now coming around the wicket to the left-handed Silvera. let's see for this delivery. Boy, he bowled him. And again, he's playing all around this one. A ball pitching and cutting into the left-handed batsman. And as you know, we look at the replay, they just seem to be playing all around. And the ball went into the stumps. And Jamaica losing their 7th wicket. And LaRose once again hitting the timber.
Look, his head might well have been in the air too. Yeah, slightly in the air. And comprehensively bowled. So Guyana in further trouble at 26 for 7. They might get dismissed before they get up to the 18th over, maybe.
I think they will have to do well to get up the 18 over and be still batting the way they have been playing.
Ooh, no, but that's Jamaica. That's not good cricket at all. Your scoreboard should never show something like that. It's not a terrible pitch. The only thing you can say is that the pitch is keeping slightly low. That's the only thing, but not terribly low, not alarmingly low. So they really should not be facing that sort of score. That score should not be on card at all. Not 26 for 7. Certainly not.
Yeah, what again, we really shouldn't take anything away from the bowlers because they have been bowling well. They haven't given them much away. I think they have been very focused in terms of what they want to do and really have kept doing it well. So the incoming batsman, Moore, as LaRose goes back over the wicket. And this one just angling down the leg side. And wide signal. Takes the score to 27. But I love the aggression of LaRose. You know, he's really getting up very quickly.
Yes, it's nice to see though that a couple of young fast bowlers steaming in.
Outside the off stump.
Good carry too.
No shot offered. Again, another successful over, LaRose. He now has 2 for 5 in his 2 overs. And after 10 overs, at 27 for 7, Jamaica still looking to get up to 79 for victory.
79 looks very much as an improbable task, except there is a wonderful, most dramatic regard action on the part of Jamaica's remaining 3 batters to come and really do something special. But Guyana could feel themselves very much on top of this encounter, and I don't think they're going to let go of the grip on where they've got Jamaica at the proverbial jugular veins.
So Ginda pick it up. He's going to be bowling to Jones. And Jones who opened the batting. Only player to reach double figure so far. And he's coming forward. And appeal from Ginda. Umpire on move. So they need to get that run rate up to 6.64. Again, this one is tickled down the leg side. They should come back for 2. They settle on 1 as the fielder had to run back just from a backward square position. So 1 more to Jones. He moves to 11, 28 for 7. Jadem Moore comes in to strike. And let's see, Ginda still continuing around the wicket. Left arm around the wicket. And for this delivery, Moore again we'll wait for the signal as it goes to short, fine leg. You seem to get some bat onto it. So he's off the mark.
Well, even if they don't get to the winning total, I think they should try to bring some respectability to the total.
Yeah, this one is played down to long on. Comfortably played by Jones. And a quicker delivery there by Ginda. And he pushed it smoothly down to long on. So he moves to 12. 30 for 7. It's 49 needed. Ball give him a bit of air, and again it's choked back past the bowler. The long one have to come off the boundary. So doing it in singles, and they would want to just ease the pressure a bit, picking up the singles. Jones is straight on the backward point there, looking for a run, but has been pushed back in the ground. A quick move in by the fielder at backward point. So that concludes another over. 11 overs gone. It's 31 for 7.
Run rate not good, just 2.82, and that required run rate creeping up more and more all the time at 6.86, getting very close to 7. So Guyana would feel that they're in a very good position. Might even want to say they're in the driver's seat. And with the run rate being 2.82, certainly not good after 11 overs at all. They should have been somewhere maybe 4.5, giving themselves a chance.
La Rose it is. This ball is played just on the onside. That is, came into the right-handed more, and they get another single. Ball played slowly out to that mid-wicket area.
Yeah, you can see that La Rose is bringing the ball back into the right-handed batsman. Not sharp, but enough to be effective.
Right up and driven through the covers, and they probably going to pick up 2 here. This ball was over pitch, and Jones stroking it through the covers and picking up 2. So that takes his score. Jones 14, I make it, and the score moved to 34.
Oh, that was a nice drive. Got right to the pitch of the ball and drove it neatly between the cover and extra cover. Got 2, lovely.
Right up again, and this one is push on the offside. The backward point have to come in. So yet another single. So we have seen that, they are turning over the strike. The last 2 overs. 35 for 7, 44 needed.
And it's important to rotate the strikes. If the boundaries are not coming, you've got to find somewhere to score, and your best bet would be to rotate.
Yeah, you want to disrupt the plan. Outside the off stump, he's looking a ball leaving the right-handed more. He's just seemingly reaching for that one. Yeah, you certainly want to disrupt. So 35 for 7. Ball pushed the short cover, no chance of a run. Jamaica.
Well, I think when they restricted Guyana, they thought, well, we're in with a good chance to win this game. No, they're struggling at 35 for 7.
Beaten outside the off, some movements again from La Rose as he completes his 3rd over. 3 overs, no maiden, 9 runs, 2 wickets, and really he has really impressed. Bowler, pretty good spell. 35 for 7 after 12 overs.
Yeah, La Rose has picked up 2 for 9, and his fellow bowler has picked up 1 for 2. From 1 for 5, of 2. So both have been economical, and both have in fact dislodged. So they've got wickets in the column.
Gained in his 3rd over to Jones, who plays it back in front of him. So 44 needed. from 35 deliveries.
It looks a long way away though. 44 from 35, 7.54.
Again, that to Jones. Again, Jones coming forward. So yet another dot ball. Still one slip. Short cover as ball given some air, and again he just come down on it and plays it in that slip era. But another dot delivery. Again, there in this third over. Again, he's pushing into the offside. They're going through for a quick single, and yeah, good backing up there by Moore. And the fielder coming in from the covers was not able to stop the single. So 36 and 16 to Jones. More turning this one down to that fine leg region. They should pick up two here, but yeah, just settled for one very early. So that make it 37. Moore is on 4. Jones is on 16. Leg by signal by the umpire, so that probably come off the pad.
Wonder whether the coach saw that, because clearly it looks like 2 runs there. Ran the first run, got there, and then decided that they wouldn't go for the second. I thought there were 2 runs there.
Ball given some air and clipped down to mid wicket, and they again going to pick up a single. So that one more to Moore. The end of another over, 13 overs bowled. 38 for 7, Jamaica. And they probably just, there's, as you said, really could have been 2 runs there. And if you're going to hustle, even that ball go down to mid wicket, they just maybe amble the single.
Yeah, the run rate required is 8.20. And so more and more they've dug themselves into the morass of improbability.
So 41 from 30. And we see Mohabia now going to pick up the attack from this northern end. And this ball is played to just about a short third man, and they go to for a single. I think they were very quick off the mark there for that single.
So many of the balls, in fact, have gone in that area, general direction into backward point down to third man. So you've got to have your best fielders in that area.
Again, push on the offside. Mahabia in his first over. Jones on 18. He have been there from the top of the inning. 37 deliveries, 61 minutes. That's my Mahabia. Kane is beaten outside the off stump. Kane just looking to maybe push it out into the offside to pick up the singles. You probably need a bit more than just looking to push for the singles. Right arm off spin given a lot of air, and it's driven down to long off. And yet another single. 40. And over number 14.
That's a score that you wanted one of your batsmen to score, 40.
Ball tossed up and just stroked back past the bowler. Jones will pick up another single. Takes the score to 41. 38 required. As Javier. And this ball played to the short third man, straight to the fielder, and that again completes another over. 14 overs being bowled. Jamaica 41 for 7. Still requiring 38 runs in 4 overs.
Yeah, I would have loved to see somebody though who would come out there and be positive in their stroke play. I know it could be risky and you could possibly lose your wicket, but when you're playing these shortened versions of the game, somehow you've got to take chances. You've got to be audacious. You've got to be bold. And if you're batting with a perpetual fear to be dismissed, then you're going to get into a rut. You will not score very quickly. Important to take risk. That's what it's all about. The shorter the version, more likely the more risk you'll have to take.
Possard, we'll pick it up from the southern end. He's going to bowl the 15th over. Jones on 19. He's prepared to face. He hit on a pad. Just seems to be angling down the leg side. And that leg side, long leg, vacant. Just a backward square, mid-wicket on a boundary. And mid-wicket, normal mid-wicket. And he's cutting this one again, just past the backward point. And they're going to go close to the boundary, but it will be stopped just inside the boundary. And so that's 2 more. Jones.
That's one of the things, of course, batsmen got to know. If a conventional field is being placed and the ball keeps going there all the time, different fielder, straight to the fielder, you know what happens. That's what a fielding captain wants.
Ball given some air, driven down to a long off. And the fielder comes off the boundary, so that's 1 more to Jones.
But as a batting team, you have to say, I want to interrupt what's going on here. That's important. Interrupt whatever trend, what effective trend your opponent has. Let's see how we can do something about that to interrupt it.
More. Again, it's get himself a little bit tangled there. The ball just seemed to come off the pad, drop on the offside. 44 for 7.
So if you've got a very aggressive field, then, you know, the batsman would say, look, I want to interrupt that, be a little bit more aggressive perhaps, go over the top. Those are little features that you've got to be aware of to be effective.
Yeah, you need to really sum up the game and make the necessary adjustment. This one is hit down to cover point, and they're going to come back for 2 runs. That's 2 more to more. That takes him on to 6. That concludes the 15th over. 46 for 7. 33 required from 3 overs.
33 for 3. It's not impossible really, but not with in the manner that they're going. Now, with only 3 wickets to go, you got to 47. You know, you don't want to end up being, let's say, 60 for 7.
Yeah.
You want to make sure that you put the foot on the accelerator now and go after it. I'm not saying that you have to be reckless at all, because you're already far behind. The required run rate is 11. Right here now, that's where you've got to put pressure on this bowler who is coming. Put pressure on him, see whether you can get a couple of boundaries in it. And if you can get about 13 runs in this, then you know you fancy yourself a bit. But if you got to get 16 in the last over, for example, then more likely you wouldn't get there.
Yeah, we move into another over. This ball is pushed to an extra cover, no runs. As you rightly say, this is where you need to step it up, try and put some pressure. If you're going to win, you have to make the effort from this over. Again, this ball just push. Short mid-on. Again, no chance of a run. Mahabir. Right arm off spin.
And this is what Jones need to do. It has been there for quite a while.
Oh, he's beaten outside there off some. It's an arm ball that just seems to leave the right hand. But there again, we see there's no effort even to try to be somewhat aggressive. Just looking to still push. Maybe for the singles. Okay, this one is played straight to backward point. They're going to just not feel properly there. And they go to for a single. But very clear, just to push the ball out and not really to look for the boundaries. And if Jamaica is going to win, they have to begin to look for boundaries.
Yeah, it's going to take more than little nurls and angles. It's going to take a couple of big shots.
This one coming off the edge. And the fielder moving backwards square. They have to run to his right. And they can only get another single. It's 48. We're into the 16th over.
But Jamaica would be very pleased, Guyana rather, with their performance here today, particularly with the ball. Not extraordinarily happy with the batting, but they've come up very strong in the bowling department.
This ball again is played to the short mid-wicket, and that concludes another good over bowled by Mahabir. Has bowled on 2 overs, none for 5. Continue to keep it really tight. And Jamaica continue to struggle. After 16 overs, they are 48 for 7.
Just the 2 overs remaining, and we did say early on, Repel, in the previous over, how important it was to make that over be big. Didn't turn out to be that way at all. Now there is a lot of pressure on them, and they've got to score 15 in maybe both overs, both remaining overs. They're about to come closer to win this game.
So they need 31 in 2 overs, and we are just seeing seemingly a message that's probably went out to the players.
I probably should have gone out before.
Yeah.
Maybe belated. It's about 3 overs before.
It's interesting to see what would be the strategy. Shane Prince, who was bowled 3 overs, now made 6 runs, 1 wicket. He gonna take it up from that southern end. And Jadem Moore is going to face. This is stroke back past the bowler. Just push back past the bowler. Another single to Moore. 49 for 7. They will need a lot more than singles.
Yeah, this is another aspect of the playing that these young stars must also understand, being able to read the position of the game and to act accordingly.
Jones looking to swing this one somewhere over mid-wicket, made no contact. Just goes into the pads. Score remaining 49 for 7. Still 30 runs required. Have been a good strong performance by the Guyanese. This one clipped off the pads, and they should come back for 2. The long leg had to move to his left, and they come back for 2 runs.
But there was some hesitation about coming back for the second, clearly. And that's why it's so very important, Raphael, when you're running between the wickets. Sometimes early you'll find batsmen saying to each other 2. So very early in the game, in the run, there are going to be an attempt for 2 runs.
51 for 7. Full toss hit where? Just over the mid-wicket there, and again didn't make use of this one. But he picked up a single. That's more. That's Jones. He moves to 26. 52 for 7. Just about 8 deliveries left. Again, this one is played to in that mid-on area. Again, they go through for a single. But even up to this point, last 2 overs, there's no attempt to even try to hit over the top.
Probably they're saying there's no need for it. We can't get there, so let's close up shop and let's see whether we can get some runs behind our names.
Yeah, and this one again is hit down to the long off, and the batsman amble a single, and that brings the score on to 54. As we see, 17th over is completed. 54 for 7 Jamaica, with 25 runs needed in just 1 over. I think Guyana will feel it's all over.
Yes, There's some things in life that you would call impossible, and there are others that are improbable. I wouldn't want to say this is impossible, but I think it's improbable.
So we enter the 18th over. Really have been a strong bowling performance by the Guyanese. Started by the two opening bowlers. Prince and Khan. All completed now the fourth over. That's Jones, who opened the batting on 27, and he's looking to hit. This one goes just over the extra cover, and he picks up another single. Takes a score on the 28, 55 for 7.
You might see all guns blazing in the final over.
La Rose in his fourth over, 2 for 10 so far. Yeah, he's going to bowl to Moore, and Kane Moore is looking to swing really nowhere close to it. It's 55 for 7. Guyana really played well to defend 78. That's La Rose over the wicket, and this time he's down the wicket and hitting over backward point, and they are going to come back for 2 runs. We've seen a shot making that probably we should have been seeing in the last 4 overs.
Yes. Little too late now. The horse has already bolted. Took too long to do something about the stable.
57 for 7. Moore is on 11, and he looking move down the wicket, and that ball was right up. Again, good bowling by La Rose there. Made no contact.
But why can't we see something of a bit of aggression, Raphael, a little early on? Let's say 4 overs coming to maybe in the 16th over, thereabout, and turn this match into a contest. You can't wait until you've got, you've got so many runs to go in your last over.
Yeah,
your last over should be about 8-9 thereabout for the least.
It's right up. Good delivery. They just played back and just passed the ball, and they go through for a single, and just made it. And you're right. I think from the 14th over there, you should be looking to put the fact that you have lost 7 wickets. You don't want to end up, as you rightly said before, 60 for 7. But make a shot of it. You know, give yourself a chance. Even though you probably lose all the wickets before, but you want to make a game out of it. And this one will be called wide, and De La Rose probably looking to bowl a slower delivery. It's the final delivery of his over. So 59 for 7. I think you said you don't want to end up 60, and they probably may just.
There you go. I don't often get those total right.
La Rose, his final delivery, and this one is outside the off stump. No contact made, and that completes the inning. And really have been really tremendous performance by the Guyanese. Still having come back and win this game by some 19 runs, 20 runs, 19 runs, after being able to get up to 78. Have been able to hold Jamaica to 59 for 7 and winning by 19 runs.
Yeah, they should feel very proud of this very good performance to defend what really was a modest total, just workable total, but more on the modest side. And to defend that, I think you've got to give a lot of credit, of course, the captain, and also to his bowlers, who kept things rather quiet, kept the Jamaicans quiet throughout the innings. Only 7 extras, one leg by, 5 wides. Glad to know that there was just only 1 no ball, and keeping down the extras. That was a good performance overall by Guyana. Not happy, obviously, with their batting. They would have thought maybe they'd get up to maybe 80, 90, 100 runs. Didn't get there, but defended stoutly what was a modest total, and they deserve to win against Jamaica.
Yeah, really disciplined effort by the Guyanese. I think it really started with the way that the opening bowlers bowled, and you could see that they came out with a definite plan. Having only scored 78, they would have come out with a plan in terms of how they're going to look to defend that score of 78. And it was very clear with the opening bowlers. They tried not to bowl too quickly, but I guess they came out with the intent to bowl length and line, which is so important. Line meaning they're going to bowl as straight as possible to the stumps. And we have seen that Khan, who bowled 4 overs and took 3 for 15, and Prince in his 4 overs only went for 12. They stuck to that task and picked up all the wickets, made it very difficult for Jamaica. And really, they didn't recover. They have lost the first wicket without a run on the board, and really never really recovered. They lost wicket consistently, and as such, only getting up to 59 in the 18 overs. Really, I think the Guyanese deserve a lot of credit. They stuck to the plan and they bowled well.
It's important, of course, in these abbreviated versions of the game to make sure that you get off to good starts. That's something very important, and you've got to keep that on the back of your mind. And good starts would refer to a good, decent, healthy run rate, and to ensure that your wickets are intact. Those are the fundamentals of a good start. In this case, neither Jamaica nor Guyana got off to a good start, and so they had to struggle, Jamaica particularly, in the lower part of the innings to get to really come back and win this match. So for tomorrow's game, we have Leewards coming up against Trinidad and Tobago. That's the first game. It's going to start at 9 o'clock. And a little later on in the afternoon, which is 2 o'clock, that's when Barbados. So the first game, Leewards against Trinidad and Tobago. And the Windward Islands would be coming up against Barbados. Oh, I think I got that right. So we look forward to a good day tomorrow, God's willing. We had some weather interruptions today, but after all, the matches were completed, and that augurs very well for these youngsters who have come from the various territories here in Grenada to play as much cricket as possible. As usual, we are very glad and pleased to brought you the commentary. Join us tomorrow, God's willing, at 9 o'clock when we'll have our fourth match there. Until then, have a good one.